was having a conversation a couple of days ago with a patient about this kind of mommy brain concept. And what I'm going to tell you is that mommy brain is a real thing. And one of the things that made me aware of that was kind of a wake-up call. I believe it was in 2010 or 11, read a study on nutrition with mothers who are pregnant and talked about this whole concept of mommy brain. And so basically what they did is they took women who were pregnant and they analyzed their diet and kind of broke the women into groups in terms of the women who were having like the most amounts of omega-3 or healthy fats in their diet, and then women that had, say, moderate, and women that were very deficient. They had the lowest levels of omega-3 in their diet. And then with these women, they MRI'd their brain at the beginning of pregnancy, and then they MRI'd their brain at the end of pregnancy. So they're actually looking MRI like the size and structure of the brain. And what they found is the women that had the lowest omega-3 content, they had like the most deficient diets or worst diets in terms of omega-3 content. At the end of pregnancy, they actually had shrinkage, like substantial shrinkage. I think it was somewhere on the ballpark of 25% brain volume shrinkage at the end of pregnancy compared to the beginning, which is crazy. So this concept of mommy brain is real. So what I want you to understand is when the baby is forming, when the brain forms, there's a certain type of fat the brain is made out of. It has to have that fat, DHA fat or these omega-3 fats. So if the mother's diet does not have that fat in it, nature basically demands that the baby's brain can get that fat. So if it's not in the mother's diet, guess where it comes from? It comes from the mother's brain. So the mother's body will give that fat to the baby to form its brain if it's not in her diet. So it's really imperative as a mother who's pregnant to be able to consume these healthy fats, these omega fats. Of course, that's going to be good for the child, but also so that her body does not get depleted and then have health problems or cognitive problems and things from that. So even despite all the loss of sleep, despite all of the craziness of having a baby, there is something nutritional or kind of anatomical about this whole mommy brain concept. So where do you get these healthy fats from? What's important to have in the maternal diet? So omega-3 fats in nature come basically from green plants. So you need to have green things in the mother's diet, and then in animals that eat green things will get omega-3 fats. So an animal that eats grass or a fish that eats algae, that's where they're going to get the omega-3 fats into their body, and then you consume that meat and you get the omega-3 fats. So it's important to eat grass-fed meat and or wild fish so that they're actually getting those things in their diet, so that when we consume them as a mother, you get the healthy fats in your diet to then give to the baby. Now, in this day and age, we can also supplement with things like fish oil, EPA, DHA, and those kind of things. If you look at these prenatal vitamins or whatnot that contain some of the DHA, they have a relatively small amount on most of them. So I would take a good look at your diet and what you feel like you're getting in terms of day-to-day food. And if you're having if you're growing a baby in you as a mother, I think there's certainly a rationale to supplement with 2 or 3 grams a day, especially if your general diet does not have a lot of green vegetables and grass-fed meats in it. You do 2 or 3 grams a day would be fine, so that you get enough to pass on to the baby and enough for yourself there.